to try this again. For some reason, the last time we just tried this, like the internet was kind of acting weird, but I think we should be good now. Oh man, sorry about that, folks. But anyway, thank you for being here on this Friday, Friday afternoon. It is roughly 1:08 p.m. here in Richardson, Texas at the Shell Shock CBD HQ. Appreciate y'all being here. Really excited. Last night, drop frames detected. Still, what the fuck? I'm not sure what's going on. Apparently my studio shit's getting kind of fucked up. I'll have to figure this out because I'm not sure if it's like fucking with the stream or if it's like, I don't know. But really excited to make this announcement. Many of you know or have you heard of a man named Gavin McInnes. Gavin McInnes is a very outspoken person, and he pisses off a lot of people. And if you go and look at my Instagram, John Savage Burke, yesterday on censored.tv, Gavin did his first reading. And we're proud here at Shell Shock to be a sponsor of his show. And it was awesome. It went great. You know, it was just really interesting to be able to sit there and look at and see a voice that has been silenced by big tech. And I've felt those stings many times. I mean, I create multiple accounts. I'm like a fucking cockroach or herpes. I just don't go away. But you have voices like Gavin's out there who says a lot of great things. He says some things I disagree with, but that's to be expected. But Gavin, I respect the fact that him and his crew have built something incredible, and they're not going to allow themselves to be silenced. They're fighting back against big tech and the censorship. So it makes me, and myself and Josh, very proud to be able to sponsor a show like that. And we're going to continue to do so. We're looking for other podcasters and commentators that I don't feel are too extremely off of one end. They have a lot of common sense about them, and that's what I do like about Gavin. I like that about a lot of different podcasters out there. So we're proud to be able to sponsor that show. Hopefully it goes for a while. We'll see. And I'm really pumped. So he did his first reading for us last night. And here's where the landing page looks like. It is shellshockcbd.com/Gavin. Really excited about that. It makes me insanely pumped for that. Well, let me fix my thing so you can see my beautiful face. There we go. It's just me today. Josh is putting up the final touches on the new John Ross video, which will be dropping today, actually. Excited for that. Do me a favor. When these things drops, hit your share button. The algorithm's so ridiculous right now. I don't know what I've done. I mean, I do know what I've done. You say things the left doesn't like and they come after you. But yeah, by sharing the video and stuff like that. Also, the new painting, the new John Ross painting will also be available for raffle with all the proceeds going back to families in need. We're excited to be able to do that for the people, and it's just a good time. I don't know what we've labeled or titled this painting yet. Man, I kept it shorter. I kept it shorter because the average watch time is roughly about 5 minutes. And normally the videos go from anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes. So we're going to start cutting them down a little bit, not making them as long, to see if that helps the viewership, keeps people engaged. You can also follow us on TikTok at John Burke over on TikTok with the backup account, John Ross Painting. And we're going to continue pumping out these videos. We're glad people like them, get more people tuned into the podcast. But yeah, so that happened last night for the first time. Gavin McInnes sponsored their show with shellshockcbd.com, and I can't tell you how much or how good it makes us feel to be able to do stuff like this, to be able to fiscally support voices that have been silenced by big tech, and I love it. I love being able to do that. And like I said before, on the post I shared yesterday on Instagram, that, I mean, you have my word, mine and Josh's word, that as long as we own this company, we don't intend on selling anytime soon. We're never going to sell out for a mainstream buck. Not going to happen. If you followed me for any period of time, you already know that I've never compromised my word to the following. I've never sold out for the sake of a quick dollar. Not going to happen then. Certainly not going to happen now. And we're grateful for all the love and support we get for Shell Shock and people out there. So hopefully, you know, Gavin opens this up to his audience. We hopefully can continue supporting voices that have been silenced by big tech and saying a big fuck you to the likes of Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube and shit like that. And I love that. I love being able to do that. So who knows what's in the future, but talk about a blessing. Appreciate that. All right, let's get into it. You got to love this. And we've called this since the get-go. We've said this since the get-go, as far as like Disney is only going to stand for LGBT and grooming minors in countries where it's acceptable, and there's no fight. There's no fight here in America, folks, to sit there and stand for LGBT. Like, who's out there saying that people shouldn't have rights? Of course, the media, MSM, and these political pundits, if you will, leftist political pundits, are going to say they always paint the picture using the extremists to the right. Like a few bad apples suddenly characterize the entire movement. And this is actually proven in like 2 articles I've got to talk about today, where you have Democrats painting all Republicans as being pro-rapists, pro-this. We talked about it on yesterday's show with the one CNN contributor likening every Trump supporter to the same as like the Taliban. This is how extreme the left is. And they're not going to stop anytime soon. Disney, this is the article, Disney won't say gay in the Middle East, censors LGBTQ content in the Gulf countries while fighting Florida law. The Walt Disney Company won't say gay in the Middle East after picking a political fight with Florida over the state's parental rights and education law. Again, they called it the Don't Say Gay bill, and they intentionally misrepresented what that bill meant. We all know. It was basically you can't teach sexual indoctrinating things to children from like K1 through 3. But they said it's the Don't Say Gay bill. It also talked about even for straight kids or for straight people, no talk about it. So the gay people, the LGBT and the alphabet mafia, they wanted to go out there and put their spin on it because, blah, 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 blah. Oh, they hate gay people. Yet it's not true. We said basically the premise of the bill is leave the kids alone. But God forbid these pedo lovers, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. So after picking a fight with Florida over the state's parental rights and education law and declaring itself an LGBTQ ally to boot, this is just virtue signaling and pandering, Disney is reportedly censoring gay and transgender content on the version of Disney Plus streaming service that is launched in the region in June. So let me get this straight. You claim to stand for pro-LGBT rights, but then when it comes to censoring or to showing it to the Middle East, where you will never be accepted, you censor it? Why is that? Why is that? Why don't you stand true on your morals and your beliefs? Among the titles that won't stream are the animated movie Lightyear, which features a lesbian kiss, and the Baymax series, which has a transgender man who menstruates. And that's because Disney's just fucking woke and just garbage. A man that menstruates is impossible. It's ridiculous. Disney cited local regulatory requirements in a statement to Esquire Middle East. Content offerings. So this is what I'm talking about, though. This is the overall point. They literally just admit it. Local regulatory requirements. So then if you are such allies of the LGBT, why are you still adhering to these anti-LGBT policies? Why aren't you just saying, if you don't accept us, then we're just going to take our streaming service and go elsewhere? I mean, you know why. But the LGBT crew will never acknowledge this. Because it seems to me that if you sit there and you say that I am pro-LGBT, I'm pro-ally, I'm pro-transgender, I'm pro all this stuff, and then you go to the Middle East, it's like, yeah, we're not going to share that here, and you say, okay, we'll censor ourselves for you. That doesn't sound like you're really standing for what you're believing in. It sounds to me like you're bending the knee to what other people believe in, and you're going to do what you can to fit their needs versus standing for your core beliefs. How can anyone sit there and call Disney an ally at this point? How can anybody in the alphabet mafia ever look at Disney the same again and say, wait a minute, you're an ally here when there's no pushback. But over there in the Middle East, suddenly, again, you bend over for them. No pun intended. It's all about money, folks. It's all about money. That's what it's always about. But Democrats, they'll never acknowledge this. They'll never admit this. They'll always say, they'll make some kind of excuse for it. How incredible, how willing they are to overlook these blaring, just hypocrisies. But these are liberals. What do you expect? This is what they do. Disney Plus Middle East recently launched in several predominantly Muslim countries, including the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Qatar, where homosexuality is either illegal or considered taboo. The UAE already banned Lightyear from showing in local cinemas. This year, Disney CEO Bob Chapek declared the company will be a staunch ally of the LGBT community. He said Disney will continue to fight Florida's parental rights and education law. You're going to lose that one. I'm telling you right now, you're going to lose that one. Florida is so red that you liberals you're in enemy territory. You are surrounded on all sides. And all you're doing is creating more enemies. By all means, go right ahead. I'm cool seeing you sink your empire of just pedophile lovers. I'm cool with it. I've never been to Disney. I have no reason to go now. When Disney took the stand, fuck off. Fuck off. This year, Disney CEO, blah, blah, he said Disney will continue to fight Florida's parental rights and education law, which forbids teaching of sexuality and gender ideology, including transgenderism, to children in kindergarten through third grade. Disney apparently feels like this is too far. Well, that's because you're a bunch of kitty diddlers. Does that turn you on? Do children turn you on, Disney? I mean, it's like Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. It makes perfect sense. You get the kids there. I mean, it makes sense. Disney used the Democrats' slogan, "Don't say gay," when referring to the Florida law in a statement in March. And again, they intentionally misrepresent this bill because voters, by and large, are stupid. People aren't paying attention. They're not going to read the bills. They're not going to do anything like this. All they're going to do is just going to be like, they're going to take it at face value. They're going to click on the clickbait title. Like, oh my God, Republicans hate the gays. No, that's not true. They're intentionally misrepresenting this in the MSM. That's probably why CNN and the rest of them have been spearheading this bullshit. It's probably why their ratings are falling. Because at least there's some moderates out there on the left that are looking at this saying, wait a minute, this isn't what this bill's about. Disney, CNN, they're all full of shit. They're liars. Because if they're lying to us about this, what else are they lying about? He says, our goal as a company is for the law to be repealed by a legislator or struck down in the courts, the company said. Dude, I'm all for like those parents getting violent with you. I really am. I'm to the point now where this country's just spun so far off the axis. It's too much. When you went after the children, all bets are off. Fuck the law. I would be perfectly fine seeing them dragging y'all out and fucking executing you in the streets. Not even gonna lie about that. I won't. I think it's disgusting. I think it's morally reprehensible. The fact that you want to indoctrinate children into this bullshit, just disgusting. How anyone can be so tolerant of this just filth. And how many sex scandals have like plagued Disney? There's been a lot, like trafficking, all kinds of shit. But people want to stand for these fucking whack jobs? And I understand the slippery slope of once you get violent towards something that you disagree with, where does it end? But fuck me, I think we can have a general rule of thumb for all political sides that when you go after the children, game the fuck on. Fuck the law, vigilante justice. I'm saying, I know people are going to disagree with that. I really don't fucking care. Because at least Florida's doing it right. At least DeSantis is doing it right. Other states need to adopt this practice. This bullshit needs to stay out of our schools. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. But all this is those liberal indoctrination breeding grounds that we call colleges has now trickled down into schools, regular schools. This shit's nasty. It's just disgusting. I don't get why people would ever fucking want this. But again, when you try and build allies in your community, of course you're going to go after those that can be easily indoctrinated and manipulated, the children. Of course. Why wouldn't they? Makes perfect sense. It's ridiculous. You want to talk about... Man, you want to talk about somebody that is like gasping for air right now. Liz Cheney, daughter of Dick Cheney. This woman like is just a cunt. Cheney on possible 2024 run. Folks, this is real. Liz Cheney, who voted to impeach Trump, all kinds of shit, says U.S. voters are ready for a woman to run things. She's going to cross over. She's going to cross over. I really think she will. I think Cheney's going to go full-on Democrat. Representative Liz Cheney out of Wyoming said Thursday on CNN's Don Lemon Tonight that voters in the United States are ready for a female president when asked about a possible 2024 presidential run. This woman's ship is sinking. That's bad. I can't even imagine that. We need a woman like Kamala? Really? Like Hillary? Like Liz Cheney? Why is it that we have always the stupid cunts that want to be the first woman? Why couldn't we have like a smart, intelligent one? Like I would have loved to seen Condoleezza Rice. But instead we get these idiots, these woke idiots. You got Kamala Harris, who just vomits word salad nonstop. No respect for her on the international. She's a fucking joke. Representative Liz Cheney, blah, blah, blah. Cheney said, I represent every single person in the state, and I believe that there are... No, you do not. No, you do not represent every person in that state. The polling already shows it. That's why you got big-name Democrats campaigning for you. Like, I'm sorry, but when you get the ilk of leftist celebrities campaigning for you, you fucked up. Why else would they be campaigning for you unless they saw something about you that represented their beliefs and ideologies, which are primarily leftist, ridiculous fucking policies? It doesn't take a genius to see this. Liz Cheney has crossed the aisle. She's a Republican in name only. Legitimately a rhino. She is legitimately a rhino. I represent every single person in the state, and I believe that there are thousands and thousands of people across our state who fundamentally understand why it's so important to have somebody who's going to abide by their oath of office. You didn't. You compromised it. You lied. You have this shit show trial that, again, it's not over. It resumes in September, this January 6th hoax. You wonder why it resumes in September? What's right around the corner, folks? 1 or 2 months away from midterms. Come on. This is political theater. Cheney was paid off. She had to have been. Hunt says, there might be Democrats who would vote for Cheney. Cheney says, yes. Hunt says, remarkable. You said in your Reagan library speech, men are running the world, and it's really not going all that well. Do you think voters in the U.S. already are ready for a woman to run things? You see, you're sitting there saying some stupid shit. Like, you're embracing this feminist ideology that's been embraced by the left. I mean, good job. If that's the direction you want to go, then feel free. You're going to see how quickly you fall. There's a reason why nobody really has a lot of respect for women like you. You sold out and you're a traitor. You compromised. Your sex has nothing to do with it. You just so happen to be a woman. But what she's doing right now is using that as her shield. She's going to take up this feminist talking point, and it's going to bite her in the ass. The left will embrace her. She is done. Republicans are done. When you start making talking points like that sound very akin to these leftist fucking blue-haired fat ugly bitches on the left, good luck. They're not going to vote for you. Cheney's going to get slaughtered. She certainly can't run as a Republican. I think she's probably going to, but good luck. You're done. She says, sure. Look, I think that one of the things that has been very moving for me over the course of the last year and a half has been the reaction of women, and not just the women who have testified, although, you know, we've seen the incredible bravery of people like Cassidy Hutchinson and Sarah Matthew both lied, and Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss and Carolyn Edwards. It takes real bravery to stand up and tell the truth that those women have, and I think that's been really important. Are you kidding me? They're telling you what you want to hear, and you're using these women to say, oh, they're so brave. Oh, they're so brave. This is gaslighting. This is ridiculous. And people fall for this shit. They legitimately fall for this shit. They think she's telling the truth. Oh, it's so brave to stand before Congress and lie. Weird. Okay. I mean, based on that, do you think your father, Dick Cheney, wants Liz Cheney to run for president in 2024? And she says, Dick Cheney is a big Liz Cheney supporter. I can say that. Cue the next article. Where is it at? Yeah, right here. Dick Cheney, who destroyed millions of lives, declares Donald Trump the greatest threat in U.S. history. It's crazy to see how these Republicans of the early 2000s have shifted not just centrist, but centrist left. When did this happen? Or maybe it's because I wasn't old enough and I wasn't paying attention yet. These people are warmongering pieces of shit. The day that Cheney dies will be the same for Rumsfeld. Burn in hell. He said, in our nation's 246-year history, there's never been an individual who's a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump. So says former Vice President Dick Cheney in a campaign ad released Thursday for his daughter's floundering re-election campaign. So now Cheney apparently is going to be taking the position to be anti-Trump, which he's already done with the January 6th trials and all this bullshit. Now Dick Cheney's getting involved. It's probably not the guy you want. KBR, Brown and Root, like this guy's made millions of dollars. These people are so rich. These people are so rich. They just want more power. That's all they do. They want more and more power. Are you using Dick Cheney to volunteer? Oh my God. So you've got the likes of leftist celebrities campaigning for you like Kevin Costner. And now you got Dick Cheney, a warmongering rhino. It's very clear where she stands. Why anyone would ever vote for this woman, I have no idea. No idea. Cheney bases this assessment on his claim that Trump is a liar. Oh, that's rich coming from Dick Cheney. Last I checked, Dick, correct me if I'm wrong, WMDs, where they at? You advocated for him. You got over 7,000 men and women killed in the Middle East for your lies. You want to sit there and point fingers at Trump. Do I think Trump has lied? Fuck yeah, I do. But this guy is certainly no Mother Teresa. I find it rich that these people from their positions try and like lob these accusations when in reality they should be looking at a mirror. Like Cheney needs to go die. Just go away and go fucking die. His daughter too. Pieces of shit. Cheney bases this assessment on his claim that Trump is a liar. According to Cheney, Trump is a coward and not a real man because a real man wouldn't lie to his supporters. How he can even say that with a straight face, or anybody can even listen to that with a straight face, is beyond me, folks. That is beyond me. This is the filth that is Washington. This is the filth that is politics. These people are scum. He's not a real man because a real man wouldn't lie to his supporters. Do you not know how this game is played? Are you serious? Is this guy serious? These fucking boomers need to just go die. As Donald Trump famously stated in 2016 during the Republican debate right before the South Carolina primary, which Trump won, is that obviously the war in Iraq was a big, fat mistake. It was a big, fat mistake. They lied. And Trump's right on that. They lied. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none. And they knew there were none. He was right. Cheney, widely regarded as the brains behind President George Bush's disastrous administration, was one of the architects of the Iraq War. This is true. Cheney's short-sighted, hubristic foreign adventure cost America and our allies dearly in blood and treasure, not to mention the horrors his war inflicted on the Iraqi people. A full reckoning of Dick Cheney's misdeeds is beyond the scope of one article. Did I mention the savage torture of Iraqi prisoners that the Bush-Cheney administration's defense secretary approved, according to the U.S. Brigadier General who ran that prison? That alone would take multiple volumes, but let's just consider the big lies. First, Bush-Cheney administration told us that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. That was a lie. They were told that Iraq had sought to buy uranium oxide, a.k.a. yellow cake. That turned out to be totally bogus. So did all the attempts to tie Saddam Hussein to the 9/11 attacks, which, again, that was proven wrong. Yes, Saddam Hussein was an evil man, but he was no threat to the United States, and we now know the administration also knew at the time that the WMD intelligence was imprecise. But that didn't stop them from launching an invasion of a country that posed no threat to us. Second, we were told that Bush-Cheney administration that U.S. forces would be greeted as liberators. The invasion would be, as one giddy neocon put it, a cakewalk. And in fact, U.S. fatalities in Iraq total 4,598 with another 32,000 injured. Third, we were told by Bush-Cheney administration, backed up by their neocon cheerleaders, most of whom happen to be the most ardent never-Trumpers, that Operation Iraqi Freedom would touch off a wave of democratization across the Middle East. Nope, not true. Still bullshit. Instead, it touched off a wave of sectarian fighting. This is true. Suicide bombings. That's true. Regional instability. Very true. Civil wars. Highly true. Migrant crisis. Yup. And genocidal ethnic cleansing of ancient Christian communities. That's actually very true because I was in Baghdad guarding Christian neighborhoods from freaking Muslims coming there and slaughtering them. Very true. As many as 306,000 civilians and troops died in the Iraq War, and roughly 3 million Iraqis were displaced as refugees. The true scope of the devastation can never be known. And Cheney wants to call Trump a coward and a liar for lying to his supporters. Cheney needs to shut up, step down, get out of the spotlight or get out of the press, and keep your mouth shut. This guy should be in jail. This guy should be in jail for the shit that he pulled. The lies that he told, the lives that he's ruined. But hey, you know who secured great contracts over there? Brown and Root. Kellogg, yeah. Yep. Yep. Rich get richer. Rich get richer. Photos from Iraq. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can see the stream right here. I remember a lot of these photos, actually. Think of all the service members who died because of Cheney's lies. Think of all the veterans who came home forever scarred because of Cheney's lies. Think of all the American children who grew up without fathers and mothers because their parents were serving in a war launched because of Cheney's lies. Think of all the innocent Iraqis who watched their homes destroyed, their country plundered, and their world turned upside down, all because of the lies Dick Cheney and his mini-me George W. Bush. The fallout from their lies will be felt for generations. But Dick Cheney wants us to believe that Donald Trump is a greater threat to our republic. Last I checked, it wasn't Trump trying to send people to war. In fact, Trump was at shutting it down. Sorry, Dick Cheney. If anyone has earned that distinction, it is you. This is written by Rebecca Mansour, senior editor-at-large for Breitbart News. Well done. Good article. I like it. 100% on. Definitely 100% on. Dude, I can't believe just the dynamics that we're facing right now. These are like positions that some of these politicians are taking. It's like, I never would have seen this coming. Because Liz Cheney was a virtual nobody before she took her anti-Trump stance. That, like, her and Kitzinger. That's crazy. Never would have called that. But here we are. Kitzinger's not running again. He knows he's toast. The fact that Liz Cheney thinks that she has a chance in hell, that's laughable at best, to tell you the truth. I mean, that is laughable. You think you've got any chance of getting reelected as a Republican? You might as well shift over to Democrat and run for that. Like, no way in hell. Your supporters hate you. But now you're seeing what the rich are going to do. They're going to pour as much money into her campaign as they can. That's why the system's fucked. The more money, the better your chances. It's ridiculous. Fuck Dick Cheney. Fuck Liz Cheney. All right. Biden. Gates goes on Tucker Carlson, says, Biden, Democrats weaponizing the IRS against Americans. Have you heard about this new anti-inflation bill Biden's talking about? A 15% tax increase on businesses. Ultimately, it's going to go after the middle class. Oh, it's bad, folks. It's bad, and it's coming. It's coming. Not only are we facing a recession, now we're facing a new bill that's going to add a 15% tax. We're going to get hit really hard at shell shock here. I believe it's a 15% tax on top of everything. Because we have to pay our fair share. This is what Democrats do. This is what Democrats do. And all they're going to do is applaud it. Oh, it's such a good thing. Right now, we're dealing with inflation. We're dealing with a recession. And you're going to increase taxation. I am beyond appalled. I am beyond appalled. The problems they created, we now have to pay for. We've been paying for at the gas pumps, in the grocery stores, formula, you name it, we've been paying for it. This shit's ridiculous. How anyone could ever vote Democrat again after this massive failure of an administration. And all they're trying to do right now is when Biden took out that other Taliban fucking leader, he just needed a propaganda victory. What did that really achieve, folks? We're not even operating in Afghanistan anymore. It's not that I'm against killing these pieces of shit, but all this was for propaganda victory. That's all it was, to give Biden a little freaking feather in his cap, to say, hey, look what I did. I can run on this. Yeah, that's what I did. Meanwhile, it's like, I'm sorry. In a comparison, would I rather see this dude dead or get my gas back down under $2? I would say my gas, because that directly impacts me. We're not even in Afghanistan anymore. And yeah, you took the piece of shit out, but somebody else is going to step up and take his place. That's what happens. That's how it works. We all know this. Cool. I mean, great. I'm glad he's dead. I'm not going to take that away from you. Awesome. But that certainly is not going to make up for the massive amount of failures that you've had under these last 2 years. That ain't it. That is not enough, buddy. The only way to make up for it is to, like, essentially reverse everything and pray that in the next 2 years you can do even better. Not going to happen. Instead, what do we get? We're getting a new tax increase. That's great. That's just great. Oh my God. I fucking hate this administration. I hate it. Thursday on FNC's Tucker Carlson Tonight, Representative Matt Gaetz warned efforts to bolster the Internal Revenue Service was an effort by the Biden administration and Democrats to weaponize the government against its people. That's 100% true. They're trying to essentially give the IRS more people, more reach, so they can squeeze more money out of the people, more taxpayer dollars to fund this administration's massive, catastrophic failure. The Florida Republican congressman said the paired with Democrats' opposition to firearms had prompted him to propose legislation. Well, Joe Biden is raising taxes, disarming Americans, so of course they're arming up the IRS like they're preparing to take Volusia, he said. Like you mentioned, 5 million rounds of ammunition, 4,500 firearms, automatic weapons, and $731,000 of taxpayer money spent this year to quite literally weaponize your government against you. You think it's not true? It is. Every single one of us should be stocking up on ammunition. Get the weapons you need and stock up on ammunition now. Just in case. Just in case. You think it can't happen? Look what happened in Canada with the cuck of the North. How nobody's assassinated that fucking tyrant, I have no idea. You froze the bank accounts of protesters. What the fuck? You think the American government wouldn't do that? You think the types of Biden wouldn't do that? Oh, yes, they would. Now, they wouldn't do it outright. They would use some kind of excuse to justify it. Monkeypox, if you will. Hey, we're going to prevent monkeypox from spreading. Go back into your houses. And if you don't listen, we're going to shoot you. Or we're going to send in armed security. Fuck no. So it's not really that Joe Biden and Democrats hate guns, Gaetz continued. They just hate law-abiding citizens having them. And they take the money from the people to go and have their own little private arsenals. And it's particularly erogenous, Jesus Christ. Egregious. You know where my mind's at. I'm ready for this vacation. From a country that militarizes its bureaucracies and then forces its grandmothers to go fend for themselves on dangerous streets because they defund the police and have cashless bail and other hug-a-thug woke criminal justice policies. That's why I'm introducing legislation to stop it. He's right. Look at these blue cities. Are you seeing now these videos? There was this one Asian lady. I forget which town she was in. She gets assaulted by 4 black kids. Why is that not in the news? Why is that not a hate crime? Did y'all see this? You can look it up. I saw it circulating. 4 black kids assaulting this old Asian lady, beating the fuck out of her. Why is that not in mainstream news? Why isn't CNN running that nonstop? Racist black teens assault elderly Asian women, #StopAsianHate. Oh, okay. Because in the oppression Olympics, black people get the highest, yeah, absolutely. They can do no wrong. Hence why everybody's on this Brittney Griner bullshit. We're not going to say anything about that? Because if that were 5 white kids beating an elderly black woman, oh my fuck, Sean King would be marching, Joy Reid would be sitting there screaming to the rooftops. But if it's black people doing it to it, oh God, no. If it's minority on minority crime, it's okay. We don't talk about that. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? The press won't go near this. CNN, MSNBC, and the likes will not hold any black people accountable when they commit hate crimes. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. They're always the victims. That's about right. But if you're a heterosexual white person, male specifically, and a Christian, oh, you're open target, baby. It's free season on your ass. Oh, absolutely. You even sneeze the wrong direction at a black child and you're in a Disney outfit. Oh, my God. That's the woke Olympics right there, folks. When you got black parents suing Disney for like $26 million because while the cast was walking by in a parade, one of the members didn't come over and hug your child. You feel like the damages caused by that are valued at $26 million. You should just get a free meal and told to shut the fuck up. You see this? I saw it. It was ridiculous. This is our society. This is how stupid people are. And other stupid people see what other stupid people get away with and they try and mirror it. And this is the result. This is the result, folks. Never in my life have I seen such ignorance and just embraced by white liberals that are in power. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. I mean, yeah, go figure. I didn't even know this was a thing. This next article, okay, this is interesting to me. I didn't know this is a real thing. Cybersex fail. Tinder scales back metaverse dating plans due to poor revenue. I didn't even know Tinder was on Meta. I'm not going to judge somebody. Like, do what you want, man. Do it. I don't fucking care. Just as long as you're not hurting other people and you're not indoctrinating children, be a pervert. I don't fucking care. But I didn't even know Tinder. I didn't know there was a dating thing in the metaverse, but it makes sense. I get it. If there's a niche there, someone's going to fill it. I just didn't know there was a niche. Following a poor recent earnings report, Match Group has announced plans to scale back Tinder's metaverse dating program. The Verge reports that following a poor earnings report for the last quarter, Match Group has announced that it is scaling back Tinder's metaverse dating plans and scrapping the redevelopment of an in-app Tinder coins currency. Tinder CEO Renate Nyborg is also leaving the position after being appointed as the app's first female CEO just last September. Nyborg previously had plans to take Tinder into the metaverse and acquire a company called Hyperconnect last year, which focuses on video, AI, and augmented reality technology. Nyborg previously described an avatar-based single-town experience as a way for Tinder users to meet and interact in virtual spaces. Now, Match Group CEO Bernard Kim says that he has instructed Hyperconnect to scale back, given uncertainty about the ultimate contours of the metaverse and what will and won't work, as well as more challenging operating environment. I've instructed the Hyperconnect team to iterate but not invest heavily in metaverse at this time, Kim said. We'll continue to evaluate the space carefully, and we will consider moving forward at the appropriate time when we have more clarity on the overall opportunity and feel we have a service that is well positioned to succeed. I didn't even know this was a thing. Virtual reality dating. I mean, I've done the dating apps. I'm not even gonna lie about that, but it just makes it easier because of a filter process. Because I've had discussions about this with friends and family, or mainly friends, excuse me, that about dating apps in general. It's like, no, I look at it as a filtering process. Now, granted, well, let me first go into the first point. The filtering process is I don't want to ask someone on a date, come to find out they're a fucking liberal. I don't want to ask somebody on a date, come to find out they want kids, or they want this, or they want that. Or that, just various things. I'd rather have a filtering process to go ahead and eliminate those types of people saying, okay, I don't want to go through this bullshit. Because it would really suck if you're like talking to this woman, you find her attractive, things are clicking, and then you come to find out she voted for Hillary. It's like, oh God. Oh God. Or she voted for Biden. Or she's like an abortion lover. Hard pass. Sorry, I can't do that. I'm not sticking my dick in you. I'm not attracted to that whatsoever. But that's good because these apps have that filtering process because you can essentially eliminate those whack jobs from your search criteria. I like that. That's cool. But I think where people get it wrong is that they don't meet right away. Like when you match with somebody on a dating app, you got to meet fast. Don't fucking establish, just come talk. It's like, all right, cool. I think we're hitting it off. Let's meet. Fair enough. But as far as a VR dating thing, I mean, I don't believe in getting involved in the free market. I disagree with Tucker Carlson when he was promoting Andrew Yang's theory of essentially using electric trucks would eliminate the 81 million trucker industry. I was like, I don't agree with that. You should never staunch free market. You should never staunch growth. Because, again, I refer back to the internet replacing mail, email replacing hard mail. It's like, well, there's been a lot of jobs lost. Yeah, but there's also been a lot of jobs created that you couldn't have had any foresight over. In fact, the internet has given us the ability to be entrepreneurs in our own way. Hell, that's how Shell Shock got started. Without the internet, we would not be here. Without social media, we would not be here. I mean, it's just the truth. So in regards to VR dating, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I would try it just to see what the fuck it's about. I mean, I'm not going to commit to something like that, but I would okay, I just want to see what this is. Like, how does this work? That's interesting to me. Because I think technology, I don't know, I love it. Not this per se, but I love the advances that we made. Because I played at this this VR place. It's called, I forget what it's called. It's in Dallas. And it's like a backpack VR. And bro, it is so realistic. It's very realistic. And I could easily see like militaries adopting this type of training. You ever seen like Metal Gear Solid? If you've ever played Metal Gear Solid, it's crazy how the maker Hideo Kojima really had a forecast on the way that we should be going, or we probably would eventually go. But in the game series, it talks hardcore about doing a lot of VR training. I could see the military adopting something like this. Shoot, don't shoot scenarios, house clearing, all kinds of stuff like that. I could see it. Tactics, yeah, I could see it. I mean, nothing's going to replace the real thing. You have to do the real thing. You have to go to the range. You have to go to the woods. There's no other way around it. But there's interesting things you could use for training purposes on this, as far as like shooting, weapons familiarization, infantry tactics, things like that. You do a lot of good there. But to go back to the main point, as far as VR dating, I would have, there's like so many questions. Like, how would you know what they look like? Is the avatar going to have like the profile picture on it? If you're looking at the screen right now, you see a picture of Zuckerberg looking at his avatar. It doesn't even look like him. I mean, it kind of does. And by that, I mean gay. Match Group cited the acquisition of HyperConnect has contributed to a $10 million operating loss in the second quarter of 2022. The company is also reportedly scrapping its plan for Tinder coins, an in-app currency that would encourage more spending on the app. You know what I hate about those stupid apps, though? You know what I hate about them? Is that men have to pay for everything. You got to pay for the app, the subscription. Bro, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Man, you got to pay. Women don't have to pay that much. Like, I don't know if there's any women that listen to the show that have used these dating apps. I don't know how much you had to pay or if you had to pay at all. But it's men that are doing all the pursuing. And men have to pay to do that. Like on apps like Bumble or whatever, you got to pay for like the Rose or on Hinge or shit like that to get noticed. That's crazy. So realistically, the way they should phrase this is this: we're not making enough money off of men. No. Yep. That's the truth. Okay, so this is a lady that I've been watching for a while. Kari Lake. Trump-backed Kari Lake wins Arizona's Republican gubernatorial primary. She's running for governor of Arizona, I believe, yeah. And Kari Lake has won Arizona Republican gubernatorial primary, blah, blah, blah. This woman, dude, I got a good vibe from her. I do. I don't know. I mean, it does bother me that she's such a hardcore Trump loyalist, but she's also got balls. She's like a Kristi Noem 2.0. So I'm watching her. I'm watching, and the things that she said I've liked. I've been watching her tweets and stuff like that. Lake's victory on Thursday came 2 days after Election Day, following delays in Arizona's ballot reporting. Although Lake initially trailed her challenger, Karen Taylor Robison, on Election Day, Lake eventually took the lead and more ballots were processed and reported. The Republican National Committee and the Republican Party of Arizona issued a joint statement on election. I'm calling it right here. If she takes the governorship, I'm very interested to see what she does on this war on illegal immigration. I think she's actually going to do something. This woman's got balls. Do you hear the things that she says? I remember that one clip I saw of her like shaking that CNN reporter's hand and like just straight up like bitch slapping her verbally. Talking about like, well, all you promote is like conspiracy, or all you promote is lies and propaganda. I got respect for people that call people out like that. I like that. During Arizona primaries elections, the RNC Republican Party of Arizona's Poll Observer program documented reported multiple failures by the Pinal County's election administration. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. She won every county. Doesn't surprise me. At the time the race was called, Lake earned roughly 47% of the vote, with 93% reported. With more than 336,000 votes, Lake had an estimated 20,000 vote lead over Robison, who earned 44% of the vote. Republican candidate Matt Salmon earned nearly 4% of the vote, despite dropping out weeks before the primary was held. Lake defeated Robison despite her being backed by establishment Republican politicians like former President Mike Pence and Arizona Governor Doug Ducey, who cannot run again due to term limits. Lake, a former local news anchor, won every Arizona county with the help of an endorsement by former President Donald Trump. She had a lot of support. Every single county, yep. Yep. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Something's not about this, but remember when Arizona, they were looking at Arizona audits for the 2020 election? And there were certain counties in Arizona that were like hardcore blue. You remember that? Or is that just me? Because I remember talking to a cop buddy of mine over there. I think he was in Flagstaff or some shit like that. He's like, dude, we've never been blue. I don't understand how the fuck this happened. Is that just me? You explain to me how the hell you're taking every fucking county. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible. No, I'm saying I know she did, but I'm saying back during 2020. How does this add up? Unless there's, again, they had a lot of leftists that switch over to the right, which I could see that. I could see that. But with these audits and stuff like that, something's not adding up. How do you take every fucking county red? Like, I don't know. I know this is the primary. I get that. But even still. Something's not adding up. For one person. No, I know it's the Republican primary. I get that. Oh my God, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong fucking, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Disregard. I see what you're saying. I'm sitting there, look, I'm like associating the numbers from back in 2020 and I'm looking at this fucking current things like this doesn't make sense. You're right. You're 100% right. Because I remember seeing the same fucking map when it came to blue versus red during the 2020 election. I was like, something's not adding up. But now I get it. My bad. I conflated the two. Mixed them up. But either way, it's impressive. Now she's going to take on, who's her fucking opponent? Will face Arizona Secretary of State Katie Hobbs, Democrat 9. And Katie Hobbs is an advocate. She's a huge gun anti-2A person. And I think there's a lot of articles. There's a lot of articles already coming out right now talking about this is going to be a face-off of a pro-2A and an anti-2A. This is going to be an interesting run. Now, of course, like there's a lot of freaking primaries being finished right now. Midterms are going to, I know we're getting happy, but we're seeing a lot of Trump-endorsed politicians or Trump-endorsed politicians securing these nominations, winning these primaries, which is great. It's good to see. But the real fight's still ahead of us. The real fight is still ahead of us. But I hope we see this enthusiasm continue to showcase at the polls. Lake criticized Hobbs for her role in the 2020 president election in a statement released shortly after the race was officially called for her. Lake said her victory sends a message that Arizona voters are done with failed politicians like Katie Hobbs. Lake said, though the results took longer than they should have, Arizonans who have been forgotten by the establishment just delivered a political earthquake. My opponent, Katie Hobbs, had one job in government, and that was to ensure an efficiently processed election. She failed spectacularly, and yet, just like every other failed establishment politician, now she wants a promotion. Arizona just sent a clear message. Our state is done with failed politicians like Katie Hobbs. Lake went on to lay out her plan for Arizona if elected for governor, which includes securing the Southern, but there it is. I haven't even read this article yet, but yeah, I would definitely say that's going to be one of your biggest running tickets right there, especially in Arizona. Securing the southern border, getting woke indoctrinating out of children's classrooms, and defeating the radical left Democrats. These are solid points to be running on right now. Any Republican that wants to run, it's like to secure your voter base, like to energize them, 100%. 100%. Now, more northern state, Bible Belt, I wouldn't really be in promoting the illegal immigration. I would focus more on like the leftist bullshit, CRT, indoctrination of children, the LGBT mafia. I would be going after them hardcore. But not going after the LGBT establishment per se, but in a sense going to the extremists out there, all the kid diddlers and shit like that. Easy on crime, the hug a thug thing like Gates said. I love that. That's brilliant. That's what I'd go for. Pinpoint inflation, pinpoint the recession, talking about the taxes, all that. That's what I'd be campaigning on, saying this is what my stance is. Hopefully they're doing it, or they'd be standing for the right thing, I would assume. But this is more than an election. It's a beautiful movement by so many people across our beautiful state to finally put Arizona first, Lake said. She continued, our renewed Republican Party is now coming together to fight for a brighter and more prosperous future for every Arizonan. We will stop schools from indoctrinating our children and stop government bureaucrats from shutting down our businesses and livelihoods. We will get our homeless off the streets, invest in our families, and protect the quality of life in our neighborhoods. We will put an end to the fentanyl, human trafficking, and drugs flowing across our open border. Starting tonight, we fight to defeat the radical, corrupt, incompetent Democrats and put our government back in the hands of the people of Arizona. There you go. Lake's victory on Thursday marks a clean sweep for the Trump-backed candidates in the Arizona GOP primary. Trump's picks for the U.S. Senate and Arizona Attorney General Blake Masters and Abe Hamday both won their primaries as well. Trump's got a lot of leeway, or a lot of pull. Like it or hate it, I'm worried about it. I've said that many times, but so far, the people he's endorsing, for the most part, are winning. Interesting to see that. All right. So the closer we get to primaries, folks, or excuse me, the closer we get to midterms, well, I mean, I'm just going to read this. You already know what Democrats are going to do. The closer we get to midterms, what are Democrats going to double down on? Sure as shit, here it is. Latinos, Asians, black folks in the South who vote GRP are pushing white supremacy, MSNBC guest says. Oh, go fucking figure. During the latest episode of MSNBC's The Last Word with Lawrence O'Donnell, Forum University political science professor Christina Greer educated MSNBC viewers that white Republican voters aren't the only ones allegedly pushing white supremacy and isolationist rhetoric. She argued Asian, Latino, and African American GOP voters are as well. Last Word guest host Zarina Maxwell spoke to Greer and DNC advisor Kurt Bardella, who provided a lengthy segment on the supposed racism of Republicans, especially those who support Trump. Bro.
Arizona and Texas, Asians in New York.
Sorry, I got the audio on. My bad. Can y'all hear it now? Okay. Yeah. She was sitting there just talking. Just stupid. Again, latest NBC, she talks about the latest word with Lawrence O'Donnell. Fordham University political science professor Christina Greer educated NBC viewers that white Republican voters aren't the only ones allegedly pushing white supremacy and isolationist rhetoric. She argued Asian, Latino, and African American GOP voters are as well. That makes no fucking sense. Explain to me how, just explain to me how. How is this even possible? That you can have minorities pushing white supremacy. You're telling me that these Asian, Latino, and black GOP voters hate their own race? This is what liberals do. You conflate things that don't even make fucking sense. It's like that Dave Chappelle special where he's like the black leader of the KKK. You're like, what? It's comedy. It's funny. But what if that was real? It's ridiculous. And this is really how you want to target minorities. You want to talk about some of the stupid. It's not that, I mean, number one, we do know that leftists are racist as fuck. But number two, they really feel that minorities are very stupid. You had Biden sitting there saying, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Who is a old, rich, white liberal to lecture anybody on what it means to be black? What gives you that right? Everything, like Josh has said before, everything the left accuses the right of being, they themselves are. Last Word host guest Zarina Maxwell spoke to Greer and DNC advisor Kurt Bardella, who provided a lengthy statement on the supposed racism of Republicans, especially those who support Trump. Jesus Christ. And you just look at her. You take one look. I mean, she's unfuckable. She's got the ugly glasses, the short bobbed hair. She's probably a lesbian. DNC advisor continues saying MAGA supporters want a world where women don't have the same rights. Where do you see that?
In the South, voting in.
We're just making shit up now as we go. We should do the same thing. Hey, I heard the Democrats want to put black people back in chains and slavery. Yeah, that's what they want. And people will buy this up. They will buy this up. I heard Democrats want to deport the Spanish back down to Mexico and South America. I heard Democrats, we can just make this shit up. We can make all this shit up. It's so stupid. Ads playing again. This is Fox. Sorry about that. Their websites automatically play these fucking ads and it's so goddamn annoying. But you just look at her. She's unfuckable. These people are so inwardly miserable. Bardella asserted, we cannot divorce them, the GOP now, from the white nationalists. This is what they're trying to do. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to associate the GOP with the KKK. The KKK came from the DNC. What are you talking about? We cannot divorce them, the GOP now, from the white nationalist racist elements that are overriding them. Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? Where is this white supremacy? Where is this white nationalism? You're creating more of it because the more that these black liberals speak out about bullshit like this and lie, it's going to make people hate them because of their race, because they're using their race as a club. You are intentionally doing this. You are creating the racism in this country that you want so hard to exist, so it gives you something to fight against, supposedly. It's ridiculous. Greer agreed with Bardell, saying that Donald Trump excavated what has always been a factor in this country. Don't forget, we are founded on white supremacy and anti-black racism, capitalism, and patriarchy. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're founded on all the... As you sit there as a black woman lecturing white people about how fucking racist, shut your fucking cunt ass up. Maybe we should bring back the patriarchy, because half of you fucking cunts on the left need a fucking man to tell you what to do and just shut the fuck up. Because everything you say is so fucking retarded. Jesus Christ. And you've like effeminized the men so bad on the left, you can't tell the men from the fucking women. I'm all for a national fucking divorce. I say push the liberals to California, let them have it, blow the fault line, and send them off into the fucking ocean. Jesus. Founded on patriarchy. You know what else you were founded on? Men dying. Men out there doing the jobs that women don't want to fucking do. Oh, you reap all these fucking benefits throughout time from men. Men fighting the wars. Men fucking tilling the earth. Men doing this. Men hard labor. Men. You had it fucking good. You kidding me? Men paved the way for, and men even gave you your right to fucking vote. Shut the fuck up. You know what women brought us in like 1912? Prohibition. That's right. You tried to ban alcohol. Fuck you. The fuck out of here. Men are the enemy. Men conquered shit. Women didn't. Last I checked, it wasn't Queen Isabella that discovered America. Columbus fucked up and found it. You get what I'm saying, though? Come the fuck on. Don't sit here and pretend like women running anything would be so much better than men. Shit, you wouldn't get anything done. You'd be arguing amongst each other. Like, oh my God. You'd be sitting there like just dragging each other down over your fucking nails or your clothing, whatever the case may be. The fuck out of here. Shit's ridiculous. Oh, men have it. Oh, I'm sorry that we didn't get it right throughout history. I apologize on behalf of all men that we fucked some things up. Oh, excuse me, because women have just done such a bang-up job. The fuck out of here. I love that. I absolutely love that. Women want to talk about patriarchy. Patriarchy fucking put y'all on a goddamn pedestal. Yeah, it did. Because with patriarchy, hand in hand went chivalry. Yes, it did. Yes, the fuck it did. And then you got equality, and look where you're at now. You're miserable. You're fucking miserable. Men aren't men anymore. You made them effeminate. You didn't want masculinity. You wanted femininity from the guys with the dicks. And now what do you got? You got transgenderism. You got all this crazy shit. Good job, women. I'm not blaming all women. You know what I'm talking about. Jesus Christ. Wow. And capitalism. I love how these fucking news agencies that were built on capitalism want to complain about capitalism. This fucking cunt wants to sit there and bash capitalism, but capitalism funds her fucking little gender studies group and her fucking university she goes to. Shut the fuck up. These fucking women need to, oh my God. Here's the deal. Here's the deal, folks. If you don't like capitalism so much, if you fucking hate it, because 9 times out of 10 I find that when people are bitching about capitalism, they're actually bitching about socialism. And they don't even realize it because they're too stupid to see what they're actually fucking talking about. Capitalism. Then fucking leave. Go to fucking Russia. Go to China where you got communism. Go see what the government does. Fuck out of here with your bullshit. And now we live in a day and age where women, dude, I don't know where women got this thing from, where I just don't want such a masculine man. Then get yourself a fucking masculine woman. What the fuck do you want? Like, don't get me wrong. I think that men, and I know we're going off in a different direction, but I really don't fucking care. But I really feel like men should be fucking men. And women don't like that. Women don't want men to be men. They want to be fucking more like women. No, we don't want to be that way. That's not who we are. But these stupid women out there, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't think, dude, I'm telling you right now, we have this age of equality, but every single woman I've been with, every woman I've dated, if I wanted to beat the brakes off of her, I fucking could have, but I didn't because that's not right. You should never hit a woman. But that's almost like given equality. Oh, it's a bold fucking statement to make. I'll 100% make it. And I do believe in equality. Don't get me wrong. But don't you sit there for one fucking second and think that we're equal in all matters. We're not. We are not. We balance each other out. Women are generally, by and large, way more patient, way more compassionate, way more, just a lot. They are the yin to the yang of men. Men are usually very just more stoic. We're way more fucking we're more physically based. We don't think things through as much. Women do. It's a good counter. But fuck me, I don't know what the hell you want from men these days. I mean, you want to see where men are going right now? Go look on TikTok. Go look where this next generation is. I don't know. Like these fucking trends are just so weird to me. They're so fucking weird to me. I don't know. Dude, lay off the testosterone. You spelt that wrong. The way you talk makes you believe you hit women. No, the way you listen is what you're projecting onto me because you're fucking stupid. Don't ever open your mouth in my fucking chat again, you retard. You understand me? You ever fucking come in my stream again and say some stupid shit like that. The point was that you missed. You missed everything because you're a fucking idiot. Because you hear what you want to hear. You sound like a fucking leftist. Dude, lay off the... Really? Really? You can't even fucking spell it right. What a douche. It's fucking ridiculous. Sigma Hunter 06. Sigma? Okay. Yeah. What a fucking clown. I used to be a subscriber. Well, now you're banned for being a fucking idiot. Bye. I don't tolerate morons like you. I'm sorry. I just don't. My tolerance for stupid is at a fucking end. It really is. I can't handle these idiots. I can't. That's just where I stand on that. I just fucking hate stupid people. I really do. And these fucking feminazi women just like, ugh. And look how they've tried to demonize men throughout history. Like good men. I'm not talking about the bad ones. Of course, you got the bad ones in everything. Absolutely. But you try to demonize like good men. Toxic masculinity. Mansplaining. Manspreading. You talk about mansplaining. We can't get y'all to shut the fuck up half the time. When do we get a word in? You kidding me? You kidding me? Oh my God. Yeah, when did I ever say I hate women? I'm saying if I wanted to beat the brakes off of them, I could have. Due to physical nature. As far as like me being way bigger, stronger, faster. 100%. Never did I say I hate women because you're just fucking too stupid. That's, I gotta start like pulling myself back from engaging these idiots. It's not that I am intentionally, or it's not that I'm not making myself clear. It's that they're so fucking stupid, they don't get it. So therefore, it makes me feel like maybe I didn't explain it good enough. But the fact is, I have morons that watch me sometimes. That's just the way it goes. So, I got to remember that. This woman right here, you just look at her, like, who's fucking her? We all know sex is great. Sex is great for the people. It helps relax us. It takes us off the edge. I'm going to be having sex this weekend. It's going to be so fucking great. It's going to be so amazing. Ugh, it's great. Sex is wonderful. But who's fucking her? Like, sincerely, who's fucking her? She's hideous. Could you ever see a man wanting to be with that? Absolutely not. Especially when you're saying the ignorant shit that you're saying. Ugh. Men are tired of it. They don't want to hear it anymore. These fucking feminazis, these third wave campus feminists, we don't want to listen to this shit anymore. Oh my God, it's all over TikTok. Like, I've been getting more and more addicted to TikTok because there's some great content creators over there. But every so often, you got this fucking feminist that wants to just run her little mouth. It's like, shut the fuck up. Oh my God, we are so sick and tired of hearing you bitch and moan and whine. No wonder shit wouldn't get done. You'd be bitching the entire fucking time about it while men are out there making shit happen. The fuck out of here. It's crazy. I don't even want to read this cunt anymore. She's a fucking idiot. Of course, black liberal wants to demonize white men. We're the racists. We're the bad people. Okay. Over 500,000 white dudes died for your freedom. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Entitled, spoiled fucking communities. Just ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Case in point. Brittney Griner. Do you, I mean, honestly, folks, let's really say what we want to say here. Do you really feel the Biden administration would give two fucks if Brittney Griner was a straight white woman? Do you think? Fuck no. Fuck no. They would have left her there in a heartbeat. They already did it to a white dude over there. Fuck, they did it to people in Afghanistan. You kidding me? But Russia, man, they're smart. Listen to this. Let's make a deal. Russia offers immediate prisoner swaps for Brittney Griner. You gotta be shitting me. They gave her a harsh penalty because they know the Biden administration would bend the knee even further. Let's see what they want. The Kremlin on Friday jumped less than 24 hours after WNBA star Brittney Griner was hit with a 9-year prison sentence for drug possession. He says, we are ready to discuss this topic, but within the framework of the channel that was agreed upon by President Putin and Biden. Russian for you. Oh my God. We are trading a basketball player for an arms dealer. You're shitting me. The arms dealer faces 25 years in American prison. Brittney Griner faces 9. Now, granted, 9 years for a fucking vape pen's ridiculous. But she knew better. She should have known fucking better. You got to be kidding me. Oh my God. If the Americans decide to once again resort to public diplomacy, that is their business, and I would even say that is their problem. As Breitbart News reported, a judge in Russia convicted American basketball star Griner of drug possession and smuggling Thursday and sentenced her to 9 years in prison. Is she... Hold on. Okay, yeah. The Kremlin had previously warned the United States against resorting to megaphone diplomacy in the case of Griner, saying it could only derail efforts to secure a potential swap. One proposal for diplomatic exchange would see the Biden administration offer the Kremlin convicted Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout, who had been sentenced to 25 years in U.S. prison in exchange for Griner. Dude. Bro. I can't even. Dumb people do dumb shit and the government plays nanny, and this is what happens. This is what happens. John Kirby, a White House national security spokesman, told reporters President Joe Biden potentially or personally signed off on the deal to free Griner, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and Whelan. The president and his team are willing to take extraordinary steps to bring them home, said Kirby. Former President Donald Trump blasted that proposal, calling her a potentially spoiled person. Thank you. That's why America needs types like Trump. Now, again, I don't agree with everything Trump says and does, but at least Trump has balls enough to say, you get to play stupid fucking games, you get to win stupid fucking prizes. Das vidanya, cunt. 100%. 100%. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Stop. This is Brittney Griner, who's like, so like, I don't want the national anthem played, and if they do, well, then I just won't be on the court. Me. Well, then fucking learn Russian, bitch. You don't like America so much, then stay over there. She already spent 6 years over there. Bye. I'm sorry. I'm tired of taking the high road with these idiots. I'm done with it. If these people hate America so much, if they hate this country, and this is the oppression Olympics, and you've got it so bad over here, okay, fine. Do your time in Russia. I mean, I don't know what you want from me. Stop trying to guilt trip people into fucking dealing with these idiots that make these stupid ass mistakes, and then we sit there. Because here's the thing. If somebody continuously makes the same mistake over and over again, and you go behind them cleaning it up, what are they going to continue doing? It's the same for any drug addict, anything like that. The more you help them, it's like giving money to a drug addict. Here, I'm going to keep giving you money. You promise not to spend it on drugs, food? Okay, good. And they go buy drugs, and you do it again. All you're doing is supporting a habit. When you clean up after idiots, all you're doing is supporting an idiotic mindset. Let them fucking rot. Let them fall. Let them go. This shit's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid. But again, that's where we're at, folks. That's where America's at. And this is because people want a socialized government. They want the government to take care of them. Oh, the government does a bang-up job after that. I mean, look at the VA, right? The government's horrible about it. The government cannot protect you. The police cannot protect you. But hey, let's take away your firearms because school shootings, that's why. Really? Okay. So we're taking away driving because of drunk drivers now? Mass punishment works so well, doesn't it? Get a big, scary AR-15 platform. It's a weapon of war. It isn't even the most prominent weapon used in shootings. That's how stupid our country is, folks. That's how stupid people are. I'm not even a smart motherfucker, but even I can look at these stats and say, wait a minute, this isn't adding up. This is stupid. We don't have leaders anymore. We got bitches in suits. We got bureaucrat pussies in suits that will not stand up there and make the right calls and tell the DNC to go fuck itself. Fuck you. Stop bending down to black liberals when they sit there and they levy accusations of racism against us. You're so racist. Okay, whatever. Cunt. Shut the fuck up. These fucking idiots. Stop being afraid of these people. Stop being scared to go verbal toe-to-toe with them. What are you afraid of? They're gonna, dude, I've been accused of all manner of shit. You're a racist. You're misogynist. No, I'm just sick of stupid fucks, regardless of which sex or color they are. And primarily, they're on the left. And that's just the way it goes. Listen to this. This is great. Last 2 years of COVID, right? You will stay in your houses? You will not go outside?
Not really. I might be singing a different tune.
You will not do anything the government or the CDC or the WHO says?
Not really.
Unless we give you the permission. Yes?
No.
Yes.
I feel bad about it.
No, but I'm pretty careful about the
Yeah,
things
this
that
is a
I
real
do
headline, folks.
and the people I'm surrounded
If you're
by.
watching the stream on YouTube or Facebook. Have monkeypox? The CDC advises no sex, but says masturbation 6 feet apart or virtual sex reduce risk. So wait a minute. I thought that you had these gay politicians saying, hey, advising us to stop having sex isn't gonna work. No, that's exactly what's gonna fucking work.
Crazy. I've read about it.
That's exactly what's gonna work. You just don't want to do it. Oh, add audio? Hold on, sorry.
I think
There we go. My bad. There. Have monkeypox. CDC advises no sex, but says masturbation 6 feet apart or virtual sex reduces risk. Masturbation 6 feet apart? Oh my God. You poor little Americans, you don't know the meaning of lockdowns? Are you trying to be like the fucking victim Olympics over here? You want to talk about who's got it the worst? Is that really the position you want to take? That's a dumb position to take. Okay, that sucks. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Real quick, can we have a moment of silence for Canadian Pioneer in the chat, who just, I guess he wants to get credit for being in worse lockdowns? Okay. Let's just take a moment. Can we all suck this guy's dick real quick in the chat? Oh, you had it worse. That's what happens. You got to cuck for a fucking leader. I mean, we kind of do too right now. Like, do you really want to brag about that? You really want to try and like posture yourself as if like, okay, whatever. I have idiots that follow me sometimes. Again, the CDC says having sex with clothes on. What? Oh my God. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. I shit you not. Listen to this. The CDC says, okay, well, first, real quick, the gay politicians, I forget this dude's name out of California. Go figure. He's a gay dude out of California, got elected. Yeah, color me shocked. And he sits there and he says that telling gay people to stop having sex isn't going to fix this issue. Yes, it will. That is exactly what will fix this fucking issue. And they said, regardless of what the WHO and the CDC says, but these same people sat there and sucked the CDC and WHO's dick under COVID for 2 fucking years. It got to the point you swallowed that thing so fucking far, you were shitting the head of their dick out your ass. It was that, oh my God. That dick was so far down your fucking throat. Holy crap. It was like an extension dick cover. That's what you were. But now that the CDC comes out and goes against what the homosexuals want, oh my God, they're bigots, they're homophobes. Well, suddenly we don't want to listen to the CDC anymore. Suddenly they're not the God kings that we thought they were, because they said something that we just didn't like because we as gay people want to fuck each other in the ass. You kidding me? This isn't even about being gay. It's just saying stop fucking having sex until the shit passes. Oh, but I thought that it was 2 weeks to flatten the curve, right? Come on, gays. Just 2 weeks of no fucking each other. We'll be fine, right? Hey, maybe we can get Richard Simmons to sing It's Raining Men. Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be fun, right? We're in this together. But we're not. But still, you get the gist of it because, I'm not gay, but whatever. Listen to this. The CDC says having sex with clothes on is another way to reduce risk of monkeypox transmission. Okay, I'm only 38. I'm not even that old. I'm hitting that midpoint in my life. I'm still hip with it. I'm still kind of up to date on what's going on with the youth. I'm hip. I'm with it. I'm cool. Can anyone explain to me, how exactly do you have sex with your clothes on? That's called dry humping. That's not sex. Can anyone explain to me how you actually fuck somebody with your clothes on? Because if that's the case, man, I've been doing sex wrong this whole time. I thought you actually had to, I thought the clothes had to come off a little bit. Or at least, pants down somewhat, or zipper. I mean, I've done some things, But no, like no thanks. It's the CDC says. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has recommended that anyone with monkeypox abstain from sex. Yeah, duh. But the gay fucking people out there, all these gay voices online, that's just not going to fix that. That's not going to stop this. Yes, the CDC said it will. So you better bow down to your God kings and the CDC and the WHO, and you better fucking listen, because you've been listening for the last 2 fucking years. Nothing for that? Okay. However, the CDC also provided a range of ways to reduce the risk of transmitting the virus during sex as the country faces a rise in monkeypox infections. For those who don't know, yesterday I think Biden actually declared a national state of emergency for monkeypox. Like, here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Lockdown 2.0. Fuck no. Absolutely not. If you or a partner has monkeypox, the best way to protect yourself and others is to avoid sex of any kind, oral, anal, vaginal, and do not kiss or touch each other's bodies while you are sick, especially any rash, the CDC said. Do not share things like towels, fetish gear, sex toys, and toothbrushes. Now, on like an episode or 2 ago, do y'all remember how we talked about after monkeypox had broke, maybe 3 or 4 days ago out in San Fran, they had a kink fetish fest, and that was allowed. Oh, do we get to talk about that? Can we bring that up? Can we talk about that, LGBT people? Is that okay? Am I gonna get ratioed? Am I gonna get canceled? Oh, but it was okay once that shit started coming out, and then we hold a kink fest, whatever you want to call it. Really? That was allowed? You kidding me? Okay. The only thing that I am trying to prove to you, I don't give a fuck if you're gay. I don't care. Go do your thing. Be happy. I don't give a shit. I support that. It's freedom. But don't you dare sit there and have a whole different metric or a whole different set of rules to apply to you just because you're gay. Fuck your sexual. Nobody gives a shit about you. That's the other thing. We live in an era now where it's like, if you want to come out as gay, nobody cares. You're not a hero. You're just not. Hey guys, I just wanted you to know it's really hard for me to say this, but I hope you're still gonna love me after this. I am I'm straight. Oh my God, you're so brave. You're so brave. Look at you, you little straight guy, loving your vagina and everything. That's crazy. Good for you. You're a hero. Nobody says it because nobody gives a fuck. And the same for gay people now. You're not special. You're not fucking special. I don't care what your dad told you. You're not. Got it. Welcome to equality. But people don't like that because that's why we use the identity of sexuality to set us apart because we got nothing else about our personality that actually defines us. We have to use our sexuality. There's no depth to you. Imagine your skin color or who it is that you love defines your personality. What a loser you are. Because in so doing, you don't develop any other aspects of your personality to make you worth a fuck. Hey, my name's John and I'm a black gay man. Nobody fucking cares. Cool. What else do you do? Oh, what do you mean? I don't need to do anything else. I'm just black and gay. I mean, you play an instrument. You get your education. I don't know. I'm just black and gay. You just respect my pronouns. Okay, then. You're a fucking loser. That's just the way we are, folks. That's just the way we are. Shit's ridiculous. Shit's fucking ridiculous. Don't come in my fucking chat and beg for money. That's my job, son of a bitch. The CDC went on to give advice on when, where, and how someone with monkeypox can have safer sex. Masturbate together at a distance at least 6 feet apart without touching each other and without touching any rash, CDC recommends. Remember to wash your hands, fetish gear, sex toys, and any fabrics, bedding, towels, clothing after having sex. Consider having sex with your clothes on or covering areas where rash is present. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just kind of off on this. If I know someone's got monkeypox, I'm not going to stick my dick in them. I'm just not. Well, I only have it on my forearm, so as long as we cover that, we can still have sex. You're out of your fucking mind. No. No. Like, dude, I'm just at a loss with this. People, and you know, there are people out there that will actually do this, though. There's gonna be people that need to get their dicks wet so bad, or shitty, whichever you're into. They need it so bad that they're like, well, as long as the part with the monkeypox is covered, I can still fuck it. It's like, as long as we cut the mold out of that area of the food, we can still eat it. Like, what? No. You kidding me? Masturbate together. That should be fun. 6 feet apart. I mean, I don't know about you, but I can Roman candle some shit half the time. 6 feet, I can hit that. Maybe not. That is a good distance. Yeah, maybe not. Fair enough. But hey. Earlier this week, the Biden administration named top officials from the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to serve as White House coordinator. Oh my God, here we go again. We got the very same people that failed us, the citizens, during COVID are going to take right back over and they're going to handle monkeypox. Oh, sweet Lord, come quickly. Oh, please, yes. Lord Fauci, where is he at? The very same guy that caused, and this is what I love about how the left tries to paint the right as hating homosexuals and all blah, 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 blah. But you have Fauci, who was the causation for the HIV hysteria in the homosexual community by saying ignorant things. Granted, he didn't know at the time, but he should have kept his mouth fucking shut. He said that HIV could also be airborne. You can get it from just various things that weren't real, they weren't right. He was wrong. And he caused so much hysteria back in the 80s. What do? We put him right back in charge for COVID, and he fucks that up. Weird. You know why this gets me so fired the fuck up? It feels like I'm back in the army again. We do dumb shit for dumb shit's sake. Hey, Sarn, why are we doing this? Because the way we've always done it. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, that's what we're going to do. This is fucking dumb. Oh, yeah, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, then. Our government is the exact same way. We have idiots running our government. Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra on Thursday said he was declaring a public health emergency over monkeypox outbreak. Later Thursday, President Biden tweeted he remained committed to our monkeypox response, ramping up vaccine distribution, expanding testing, and educating at-risk communities. You mean the gay community? Why don't you just say it there, child sniffer in chief? Why don't you just say it? Why don't you just call it what it is? Stop sugarcoating the shit. No, we can't do that, because if we do, now you're just a bigot. Jesus. And lastly, you gotta love this. Taliban organizes anti-Biden protests with hundreds of thousands for slain Al-Qaeda chief. Oh. The Taliban of all people are going to organize a protest in Afghanistan. Are you fucking kidding me? After the dude that we fucking schwacked was one of the main masterminds behind 9/11, and you think we're gonna give a fuck about what any of you people have to say over there? Fuck you. You're lucky we didn't nuke your country. It's ridiculous. The Taliban organized large protests on Friday against American and leftist President Joe Biden in response to the U.S. military eliminating al-Qaeda chief Ayman al-Zawahiri in a drone strike in Kabul, Afghanistan last week. I'm already bored with this. Al-Zawahiri, who took over the terrorist organization after the demise of Osama bin Laden, was reportedly living openly in the wealthy Kabul neighborhood of Shahpur for months. The United Nations said in a report shortly before Biden announced the airstrike that it was likely the Taliban terrorists were giving al-Zawahiri safe harbor. Likely. They were. Come on now. Be realistic about this. Biden announced on Monday that a drone strike had killed al-Zawahiri with minimal property damage and no other casualties while he was on his Shahpur balcony. The Taliban, which took over Afghanistan after Biden broke a Trump-era agreement that would have ended the Afghan war in May, responded to the news by first strongly condemning the airstrike, then claiming that Taliban jihadists no information that al-Zawahiri had entered the country or was living in Kabul. Reports citing unspecified U.S. intelligence indicated that, in addition to living conspicuously in the Taliban's capital city, the terror chief may have been living in a home owned by a senior member of the Taliban and al-Qaeda affiliated Haqqani network. The Taliban and al-Qaeda are both Sunni jihadist organizations with decades of friendly relations. The Trump-era agreement between the Taliban and Washington, known commonly as the Doha Agreement, after the city it was brokered in, would have required the Taliban to cut all ties to al-Qaeda and other terrorist organizations, and there's no way they would have done that. There is no way they would have done that. No fucking way. Fuck no. But in these protests, like protesting Biden, what is, okay, come on, what is it with these fucking modern day people over there? I got no respect for you. 20 years ago, you would have flown a plane somewhere. Come on. This is the best you got. I guess it's a good thing. I guess it means we did win. The fact that you're not trying to blow us up somewhere is impressive. All you're trying to do is protest. Like, wow, cool. Hey, maybe this actually worked if you think about it. Maybe we've infected the, oh God, what do you call it? Maybe we've infected the Middle Eastern generations to where now they feel like their activism is no longer strapping on a suicide vest. Now it's just, we're just going to protest because you killed a terrorist in chief. Hey. Maybe this actually benefited us. I bet the Taliban people are changing their profile pictures. I bet that's what they're doing. Maybe that's what we did. Maybe that was the whole point behind this. If we're getting terrorists to not bomb and blow shit up, and instead they're just taking to the streets to protest, that's a win in my book. I can see that. Good job, guys. Maybe we did win. Good Lord. Good Lord. That's where we're at, folks. That's where we're at. Oh, I can't even. On a scale of 1 to even, I can't even. I can't even. On a scale of 1 to even, I can't even. Well, all right. All right. That does it for today's episode. I appreciate everybody tuning in today. Thank you for being here. Josh. Oh, woke terrorist. Wolfgar, we should make a thing about that woke terrorist. Josh is putting the final touches on the John Ross video, which will be going live today, and the painting will be for sale. All funds made from that painting for the raffle for the next 2 weeks are going to be donated to a family in need. Appreciate your love and support, guys. Go check out shellshockcbd.com. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being here for the podcast. Make sure you share it. Help us out. Spread the word. I'm telling you, just sharing it goes a long way, a lot more than you realize. So we want to say thank you for that. And we'll be back probably Monday for the next episode of the All American Savage Show podcast. You can find us where podcasts are listened to on all platforms. You can watch our daily podcast vidcast, whatever you want to call it, over on YouTube at John Burke or the All American Savage Show podcast on YouTube. You can find us there. As always, folks, you stay savage, America.